Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Paranormal the New Normal presents Paranormal Prime Time. And do we have an episode for you this week? That's for damn sure. But,
Your episode's banging.
true. But first things first, I haven't done a podcast since Tuesday, so haven't had a chance to say this live yet, but I gotta say it. R.I.P. to a fucking great man. Charlie Kirk did not deserve that fucking fate.
25 minutes away from my house.
Jesus. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. But
Yeah.
but
No,
you
man, I it's crazy. He didn't deserve it. At all the controversial people, he was like the least controversial. I think that shit seems a little weird. I've
it,
watched a lot of video on it. They hit him in the neck, and like I've seen people say that he gets hit in the breastplate and it came out his neck. I'm calling BS on that. They were shooting from above. I've seen the video where it clearly seems like it goes in, the stuff comes out. But even if they were aiming for the head, 6-inch radius, 150-yard shot, 29-mile-an-hour gusts yesterday. That shit looks
yeah.
planned. That wasn't
It,
a left-wing extremist, I don't think.
it definitely. I mean, I don't know. I heard reports it was a left wing extremist. I heard reports it was someone from MAGA. I don't know. I
I
it
I
definitely
think
was.
it was our CIA.
They said today it was a hit, which it definitely was a hit. So I mean,
Yeah.
it was a planned hit, but it's. I
They
loved
even
it.
had the biggest thing that made it a hit was they arrested that old man, and there's video of the old man getting arrested saying, "Just shoot me, just shoot me, just shoot me." They released him first thing in the morning, so he was obviously like some sort of patsy, and this is
He's
some sort of Mossad CIA cover up.
oh no no they said they can't even find the guy who did it yet. They found his abandoned gun in the woods where he ran off.
But what I'm saying is they detained that old guy yesterday, and there was a video of him getting arrested. He was
Yeah.
already released.
Because he didn't do it.
So,
He probably had a solid alibi, but
but why would he be saying "just shoot me, just shoot me, just shoot me"?
who knows?
Like that's like some Lee Harvey Oswald, "I'm the patsy" type behavior.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but
We're
this is
talking supernatural.
exactly. We're not spending an hour talking about that. Because I don't want to get canceled. But that's right, folks. We're talking the last two episodes of season 3 of Supernatural. Ooh, and what a season ending it was. But we'll let Malachi take on his episode first.
Okay, so season 3, episode 15, time is on my side, and I was kind of mixed emotions about this episode, but
I
we're
remember
starting
this
off.
episode. I remember this episode from the first time I watched Supernatural.
Yeah, this definitely got like a Harry Potter type tie-in theme. I mean, history tie-in theme too. But we're starting off at a park, and just like a random jogger, all of a sudden he's abducted, and he's walking to the hospital, and he's holding his side, and they're like, "Let me see," and he says, "No, no, no," and the nurse is like, "Trust me, baby, I've seen everything. Don't be afraid." And then he lets go, and his insides essentially fall out. We don't see that, but then we cut to Sam and Dean, who are interviewing slash torturing a demon, and the demon's basically laughing at him, right? And uh, they're trying to find out who owns Dean's contract, and the demon's like, "Fuck you! I'm not going to tell you. Whatever the hell you guys do to me, it's going to be worse for me if I tell you who the hell it is." So they don't find out who holds the contract, And then when they're exorcising the demon shoots out, and he's like, "Well, I'll see you in hell, Dean," because time is narrowing down. I don't remember. It's still like 2 weeks before Dean goes to hell, right? During my episode.
I don't think it's that far out even. I think it's maybe a couple days.
Okay, yeah. So it's like really close. They're just gathering demons and trying to get somebody to talk.
See if
So,
I can, I'll see if I can figure out exactly if they say exactly how long it is.
okay. So they exorcise the demon, and then I said Dean finds a case. I think Sam finds a case of this dude with a missing liver that's connected to somebody fingerprint who's been dead since 1981. And little spoiler here, Sam knows that there's a similar case in their dad's journal, but he's telling Dean that it's zombies. So Dean's excited. You know, right before he dies, he gets to go and fight some zombies, which was really big at the time too, right? World at War, Nazi zombies, World War Z, Zombieland, all that shit came out at this time. So that was like a really cool. I know Jeremy watched the show later, but like when I was watching it live, it was like this really cool. Yeah, I wanna see him fight some zombies. So they go and check out the patient with the liver gone, and then they go talk to another patient. They're in Erie, Pennsylvania, and this guy's kidney's gone. And Sam, when they're talking to him, they're trying to find out all this paranormal shit, and this guy thinks like it's like a Russian mob hit or something. Somebody just stole his liver, and I mean both cases, the guy like let him live and get away, you know. So they
Yeah.
think he's crazy, but they find out that the dude was sewn together with silk thread and then had maggots to eat the infection. And this just confirmed it to Sam that this is this fucking nut job from the 1800s, because that's how they used to treat infection and like operations back then. And it's the same person that their dad had wrote about in their journal. And this is when they find the journal entry from John, where it was a case involving Doc Benton, which is basically based off of Dr. Flamel, right? The live
Well,
forever guy.
well, Flamel wasn't a doctor; he was a scientist.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's I mean it's based off of it's based off of Doctor Frankenstein basically.
Oh, is it? I got more
Well,
of a Flamel vibe, but I guess
well,
you're right.
I mean there's a Flamel vibe with the formula that he has supposedly to make him
I guess like a
immortal,
mix mash.
and I mean the sewing together of the body thing is 100% like a Mary Shelley nod to Frankenstein.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess I can see that, like kind of a mix mash. But John had cut the dude's heart out, so he thought he was dead, right?
Yep.
But this guy has lived off of replacing organs and skin and all the shit that Frankenstein would need. So Sam and Dean start arguing, but then Bobby calls, like they're arguing about, I don't want to be a fucking monster, but this could save you, Dean, yada, yada, yada. Bobby calls, and he's got a lead on Bella. And, Dean doesn't want to hunt after this way for him to become a monster. And Sam's fucking determined. So he goes and checks the hunting cabins that they've sort of narrowed down in this area around like the park slash nature preserve where all these people are going missing. And Dean goes off to Vermont to chase after Bella. So we cut to Sam breaking into this hunting cabin. He finds Dr. Benton's book, and there's a girl there who's missing like a big chunk of her skin from her arm. So Sam saves this girl, and Doc Benton finds out, chases him down, and it was funny because that Jeep Cherokee that Sam rents, that was the same one my dad had that the engine blew within 6 months. And like,
Jeez.
I, I don't know how the hell it happened, but like he didn't have a warranty or anything on it. So he totally got fucked for that. But yeah, after probably 98 Jeep Cherokees, that straight six, don't buy them, kids. But Sam runs over Dr. Flamel, and they think they're in the safe at this point in time. Meanwhile, Bobby had told Dean to go to Rufus's house. Rufus, another big character, and that's who I think I was conflating with the FBI detective later on. Do you know what
Okay.
I'm talking about later on in the
I think
season?
so. Yeah, I think so.
But Bobby says you got to bribe him with a fifth Johnny Walker. So, Dean's having trouble knocking on the door. Rufus is looking through his security footage, saying, I don't know Bobby. I don't know Bella, blah, blah, blah. Dean pulls out the fifth, and next thing you know, he's in. They're sitting there drinking, and, Rufus is like, I know what the fuck's up with you. I know everything, right? And Dean says, for somebody who's not in the game anymore, you sure do know a lot. But he finally ends up telling Dean where Bella is. And then he goes into how, or Dean's like, Bella's criminal history was erased. But Rufus says, well, in England, they document people by their ears because it gives as much information as the fingertips. And he has her whole criminal record, which I don't, is that like real? Is
I
that
don't.
how England? Yeah, I don't. That's a weird one, but I would assume everybody's ears are somewhat different. With all these,
No, it's a myth. It's a myth.
it's a myth because I
Yeah.
know that nowadays with the biometrics, like our eyeballs are all diverse. Like they're just as diverse as our
Oh,
fingertips. So I didn't know if
actually,
that was
okay.
real or not.
Actually, no. This one actually says yes. England uses ear prints for people identification in criminal investigations.
So do they just like ink their ear up and fucking place that shit on a?
Uh, don't know.
That would be a fun video to watch. But anyway, so we cut to fucking Bella at her hotel, and Dean has her at gunpoint, and he starts going on, hey, I know what happened. You made a deal. Your parents' brake lines were cut, and you came into all this money. And we think like, hell yeah, Sam or Dean's vindicated for holding her up. This dumb asshole lady Maggie's being a cunt the whole time. But then we see a flashback from Bella's past where it's just her dad walking into her room and she's a little girl and closing the door. So we kind of get the assumption that maybe her dad was a very fucking bad piece of shit.
Yep.
And before Dean is about to shoot Bella, I mean, he's already said he was going to shoot her a couple times in this one after stealing the Colt. Like, he really wants to shoot her. But he sees something above the door, which we'll find out later. But he knows what it is, and he realizes that that whole car accident shit happened about 10 years ago. So Bella is going through the same kind of deal that Dean is currently going through, and she's trying to avoid hellhounds as well. Um, so right after Dean leaves, Bella calls someone, and she says she knows where the brothers are because she had stolen the hotel receipt from Dean's pocket during that last interaction. So then we cut to Sam and Dean talking on the phone, and Sam says that he's got the journal from, not Flamel, Doc Benton, and it's not black magic, it's actual science, and that, like, they could help keep Dean alive forever. That idea might change later on in Jeremy's episode, but they don't know what's going to happen yet. So as soon as they hang up, we have a flash of Doc Benton chloroforming Sam. And then Sam wakes up and he's strapped to a table, and Benton's trying to scoop out his eye with like a melon baller, like the most 1800s spiky melon baller thing you've ever seen. I don't know how the fuck Sam's eye would work after he scraped that out. Just saying, Doc Benton.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand how that would work either. Like, wouldn't you? If you're gonna take an eye out, like you would want like a more. I mean, he's from the 1800s, so I guess like he only knows about certain things. I mean, maybe he doesn't keep up on modern medicine, but
Well, I mean, but they knew there's like that vein shit that connects to the. I don't even. I mean, that would have been a whole episode in itself. Him like attaching Sam's eyeball to this vein thing. But we didn't have to worry about that because right when Benton's got the little melon baller to Sam's eye, and Sam's eye's like taped up all hardcore, uh, Dean just steps in and starts shooting him from fucking behind. So then Benton chases after Dean, where Dean stabs Benton in the heart, Dr. Benton, in the heart with a knife. And Dr. Benton gives you that, how could you look? And then that's when Dean shows the bottle of chloroform, which I don't know if that would make any, any bit of difference. But basically, he passes out, right? I guess he's got chloroform running through his body. I don't know what that would do to like you or me, but
it would enter your bloodstream and you would pass out. Yeah.
you'd probably die though, right? You just inhale chloroform and you pass out. But he is like immortal, so he passes out. And so now Benton wakes up strapped to that same table that Sam was at, and he starts begging him, like, hey, I can tell you how to do this. I can show you. I know your deal, Dean. Just let me live. And then we cut to Sam and Dean burying Benton in a chained up refrigerator alive, which would suck, dude. I think I'd rather die than sit in absolute darkness in a
Forever.
refrigerator. At least the refrigerator's somewhat smooth. You'd be I mean you could get in a comfortable position, but yeah, forever. Or at least until they build a housing complex over it. So we're thinking like these days and ages, 10 to 20 years,
Well,
there's probably
actually,
one over there.
no, it's part of a nature preserve. They never would build on it.
Oh, you're right. You're right. For a while, at least. Maybe 100 years down the road when BlackRock
Maybe. I
acquired
mean,
it. Yeah.
who knows? But
And then what the fuck would they do if they found that cocksucker? That'd be a weird one.
they wouldn't find him. They would just find they would find the for some reason the chained up fridge, and they would just pull it out and probably like dispose of it.
Oh, he would start banging and shit, dude. Okay, so after they bury that dude alive, we switch to Bella walking into Sam and Dean's hotel room. And there's like, you know how when you'd sneak out of your house when you were kids and you put pillows under the
Yep.
blankets to make it look like it was you? But she shoots the pillows. Ring, 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 ring.
Well,
I
okay.
still,
They're not. Hold on. They're not pillows.
oh, yeah, they're
She.
blow up dolls.
They're sex dolls.
Jeremy had to get that one in there.
Very cheesy sex dolls, I'll add, but sex dolls.
Yeah, that'd be a fucking weird thing to be doing, dude.
That
That'd be a low point in your life.
those are
It
like the
looked
sex dolls from the 80s.
it looked like the clown from the
Oh
original Home Alone that's
yeah.
dancing in the shower. Yeah, that would be a low point in your life. But ring, 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 ring. Dean or she answers the phone. It's Dean. he knew that she had stole the receipt, and he knows that she had to deal with the demon too, and said she should have contacted them. They could have helped her, but instead you kind of fucked us. And emotional, emotional, emotional. He knew about the devil's shoestring above the door. That's what gave it all away. And this is when Maggie reveals that Lilith holds his contract because she was the same cunt that holds her contract. And right as the hellhounds are coming in, we hear Bella, not Maggie, Bella say, "Kill that bitch." And that's the last time we see Maggie till The Walking Dead.
Which Dean actually drops a Walking Dead reference in this episode.
Did he? Were
Yeah.
they doing Walking Dead at the same time? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he references The Walking Dead in this episode. This was what was this? 2008. So yes, I believe it was the first season of Walking.
What was the reference? Do you have it?
It was like when they're talking about like it's just zombies, and Dean was like, "Oh, what is this? The Walking Dead?"
Was that like
No.
she?
The Walking Dead didn't come on for another 2 years, so he must have
Yeah,
been he must have been referencing the comic book.
or like
No, he must have
yeah,
been
I
referencing
don't know.
he must have been referencing the comic book.
Wasn't there like a '50s movie like Night of the Walking Dead or some shit?
Oh, actually, oh no, he might have just been using Walking Dead as like another term for zombies because it's been a term that's been around. Because I
Yeah.
mean, Night of the Living Dead, but
Okay.
is like Walking Dead, Living Dead, like it's not that hard to. Meh. It must have just been like a
Yeah, when
name.
I watched Walking Dead when it came, the first season came in Redbox, and I thought it was a movie. But I bought the season 3 like discs of yeah, so that would have been later. But I don't know. I rated this one. I'm gonna give it a 3. Especially for like second to last episode. I wasn't super impressed.
It
Wasn't
was
horrible.
I would give it a 3.8 just because Bella finally gets hers.
Okay.
I'm happy, and this is her final episode, so I'm happy to see her go. Because she was an annoying character who always fucked up everything up. So
Maggie's kind of annoying too. I wouldn't have Maggie.
oh,
My wife's
she's
a fan, but
she's badass as shit though.
mm,
She become okay. Well, wait a minute. Did you finish Walking Dead or did you just watch the first couple seasons?
oh, I've finished Walking Dead, my friend.
Okay, then I mean Maggie becomes pretty badass in later times.
Is that believable?
Yeah, in post Negan Walking Dead, she becomes badass.
Have you seen the shit with her and Negan walking through New York? Like, I don't like the Maggie character. I didn't really like the Bella character. I think English people just piss me off.
Well,
Just
fucking
saying. That's a me thing.
most of Walking Dead's British.
I know. Yeah, fucking Morgan, Rick Grimes.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Shane interview on Joe Rogan?
No, I never. I watched Walking Dead. I still haven't finished it. I have a season or two to go still, but I got twice. I got sick of watching it, and then like I came back to it again, and I got sick of watching it again, and I just never went back to it.
The crazy thing about Shane, like that interview was, he's in The Bear too, but that was his first big break.
Oh yeah,
and he, like, as they were recording, or like as he was getting picked, I think they had already recorded the episode. He lived in Venice Beach, and he got into a fist fight with some homeless dude on the street, and he knocked the homeless dude out, and he went into a coma. So he was sitting in a jail cell for like days, praying that this dude didn't die, because if Like Shane's character would have been gone quickly if this
Yeah.
dude died. But he woke up and like I don't know. I could just see it because like I was a homeless kid at Venice Beach at one time, and I could see this as one of them
You
Hollywood bricks off.
you can't protect her, Rick.
Yeah, it
No.
was fun.
Well, actually, the first thing you can see Shane in that's actually recognizable is he has a guest spot in the first two episodes of How I Met Your Mother.
Huh. My wife watches that one. I don't know if I've even seen that though. Like that episode. She
The
doesn't
first
watch
two
that one as much.
the first two episodes of the show, they have a party in their apartment, and like you can see him like walking through the party.
Okay.
Never would know who it was because that show started before Walking Dead. But like if you watch it after Walking Dead, you're like, oh shit, that's Shane.
It was always weird to me because like I lived, I don't know, 35 to 45 minutes away from Hollywood. Like that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
And like where all the schools I went to, I never heard one person in any of my schools say that they wanted to be a movie star. But then, like, now that you listen to all the podcasts throughout the years, you have all these people from like bumfuck areas across the country who like
Because it's
came to
always
Hollywood to become a movie
it's
star.
it's always the people in the no-name towns in Middle America that want to be movie stars because they want to get out of their boring life.
Yeah, I always knew what a cesspool, and everybody growing up near Hollywood knew what a like fucking
Exactly.
cesspool that
Yeah.
shit is. It's just like broken dreams and heartache, dude.
Yep.
That's funny.
System, System of a Down says it perfectly in old school Hollywood and Lost in Hollywood. They say it perfectly, but I guess it's time, folks, that we hit my episode,
The good episode.
the season finale of season 3, episode 16. It is called No Rest for the Wicked. It is written by Eric Kripke himself and directed by Kim Manners. And
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't say who mine were written and directed
oh,
by.
I thought you did. I could swear I heard you, but
No, I actually forgot until 2 hours
yeah.
before. Like that whole Charlie Kirk shit, kind of. I totally forgot we were doing this today. I watched them both, but I totally forgot.
And this episode takes place 30 hours before Dean's deal is up. And if you watch it from the beginning instead of skipping it at the beginning like Netflix does, uh, the show opens with a great season 3 montage to "Carry On My Wayward Son."
It was good.
But episode opens up and we see Dean running from something in the woods. It's a growling creature. We can't see what it is, but it eventually catches up with him and he falls down, yelling and screaming as his blood squirts on his face. And we see him wake up with his head resting on a page he was reading about hellhounds. Sam comes in with a smile and reveals that Bobby found a way to find Lilith. Dean doesn't believe it's going to work with only 30 hours to go, and he wants to live it up in a Mexican way, joking about donkey show, tequila, and tacos. But how do you say donkey show? How do you say donkey show in Mexican? But um, Sam says they should never do that, and sits down. He sits down and says to Dean he won't let him go to hell. But Dean isn't comforted when he hallucinates as Sam as a ghoulish figure. So we see them go to Bobby's, who performs a tracking spell by pulling out a device and after reciting some Latin, finds that Lilith is in New Harmony, Indiana. Dean doesn't like the idea of taking her on unprepared. Sam wants to call Ruby, but Dean refuses to let him and tells Bobby and Sam to find something else. Sam summons Ruby anyway, and she tells him he can defeat Lilith using his psychic and other abilities instead of her knife. Lilith is on shore leave and has her guard down. She didn't tell Sam this before because he would never consider the idea unless he was desperate. Sam considers what she's saying, but when Dean arrives, he refuses to let her help Sam tap into his abilities. He fights her, and after taking ass whooping, steals a knife while trapping her under a devil's trap. Sam tries to get Dean to listen to Ruby, but Dean tells them they need to stop making the same mistakes all over again and stop allowing themselves to be martyrs for each other. They should go after Lilith their way, the way Dad taught them, and if they fail, they go down swinging. And Dean asks, "What the hell does a demon do for fun?" And
We'll find
we
out.
we find out pretty quickly that Lilith took over the body of the young daughter of the Fremont family and is literally terrorizing them. She's holding the mom. She's holding the mom, the dad, and the grandpa hostage, and has killed her babysitter and her pet Freckles. And well, actually, we find out at the beginning. We start that whole scene by seeing the grandpa hand talking to the neighbor at the mailbox, and we find out after the grandpa goes back inside that he gave the neighbor a piece of paper that says "Help us" on it. So Sam and Dean go to leave,
And Lilith is covered in
what?
freckles. Lilith is covered in freckles.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Freckles was mean to Lilith, but Sam and Dean try to leave to head to Lilith, but the Impala won't start. Bobby shows up with the distributor cap in his hand and tells them he is going with them because family don't end with blood, you idiots. He also gets Dean to admit he's seeing hallucinations. And on the car ride there, Sam wants to have a talk in a very, we'll say a 3 in the
Gay
game
way. Yeah.
But Dean puts on Wanted Dead or Alive instead, and they have one last brotherly bonding moment where they're both yelling the song out of tune obnoxiously. And Dean gets all sad at the end, realizing how sweet this last moment is. About a 2 in the game meter.
I was thinking the same thing, 2 in the game meter.
I could sing that song better than they were, for fuck's sake. But they get pulled over by a cop because the Impala has a busted tail light. And as soon as Dean hands him his license and registration, Dean slams open the door, nailing the cop right in the fucking stomach, and beats the fucking shit out of him, and then stabs him with Ruby's knife. And he tells Sam he's a demon. And Sam's like, "How'd you know?" And Dean confesses that he saw his real face under the human face. So we see them hiding in the cop car in the bushes, and Bobby says what Dean is seeing is normal for someone facing hell soon because he's beginning to cross the veil. And that's going to come in handy during their attack on Lilith. Sure enough, they arrive in the neighborhood, and Dean points out that the little girl is Lilith, and the neighborhood is loaded with demons. Like, literally everybody in every house is a fucking demon. Which, I mean, props to Lilith, because if you're going to have a safeguard, make everybody be demons around you. It's a good plan.
Well, it was the mailman delivering mail at 9 o'clock at night that gave it away, right?
But they take out a couple of demons as they run through the neighborhood with Ruby's wife, while we see Bobby blessing a well with a rosary. Ruby catches up to them, and Dean's disgusted by her real face, saying how ugly she really is. And they are surrounded by demons, and they run for the house just in time for Bobby to turn on the sprinklers, which spray out holy water. A fucking ingenious idea by Bobby. But which stops the demons at the edge of the lawn. So they go into the house, and Dean takes the father to safety, literally grabbing him, covering his mouth, and being like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!" Like, where is she? Where is she? And we saw in an earlier scene at a dinner table, which apparently I forgot to mention, we see Lilith get tired of the grandpa, and she snaps his neck with one twist of her hand, and the grandpa's dead now. So he heads the father to safety, and Ruby and Sam go after Lilith. Ruby goes in one room, while Sam finds the girl and her mother in the bedroom. The mom is begging Sam, "Kill her, do it, kill her," to kill a girl, but he hesitates over the idea at first. He gets all bitched out and wussy about it. But just before he tries to stab her finally, Dean grabs his hand and tells him that Lilith isn't in her anymore. And Dean sends the family off to safety in the basement while Sam tells Ruby he's ready to try it her way. She tells him it's too late, and Dean stops him, telling him he will let him go to hell. Sam asks what is he supposed to do, and Dean tells him to keep fighting, take care of my wheels, remember what Dad taught you, and remember what I taught you. We see the clock strike midnight, and Dean's waiting for his fate while tears are running from Sam's eyes. Dean hears the hellhounds are
Gay
calling.
meter? Gay
Eh,
meter?
no, there's no gay meter if your brother's die. If you know your brother's about to die,
You
that's not.
hold that shit in until he's dead.
No, no. If I knew my brother was about to die in front of me, I probably would be crying like a little bitch. But
I'm giving it a gay meter of at least one.
Dean starts hearing the hellhounds howls, and the three of them run to the office. Sam and Ruby barricade the doors with salt, and that herb that that fella
Yeah, it
had,
wasn't salt. What
whatever.
is
No,
it? It didn't even look like that devil's root shit
it's
or
good. It was goofer dust. It was goofer dust.
goofer dust. Yeah, that's right. That was Rufus that said that in my episode, right?
No, goofer dust we learned about in an episode earlier in the season.
Okay.
It wasn't for hellhounds then, but whatever. It works.
Yeah,
Ruby
yeah.
demand
Now I
Ru-
kind of remember.
Ruby demands that Sam give her the knife, and that's when Dean realizes that's not Ruby anymore. She pins Sam against the wall, and Dean against the desk, and her white eyes show she was really Lilith. Sam asks where Ruby is, and Lilith says she sent her far away, but she likes being in this hot body. She goes over to Sam and kisses him, kind of a hot moment, while he tries to give himself up for Dean. Lilith won't agree since Sam can't offer anything she wants. Dean asks her for plans to drag him to hell, kill Sam, and become Queen Bitch, but she won't answer to Puppy Chow, she says, and she opens the door saying, "Get him, boy!" And she lets the hell in. We see Dean be dragged from the table and mauled to death in a
Yeah,
very graphic scene for this show. Like, they usually don't
that was
show
pretty
that much.
good.
That was some good graphics.
Yeah, blood everywhere. Like that was a good one.
And Sam is still held up against the wall, screaming at Lilith to stop it. After Dean dies, Lilith sends her white light of doom in Sam's direction, ready to kill him next. We see the white light disappear, and Lilith gets very scared because Sam is crouched down in the corner, unharmed. And
Well, and her
she,
eyes turned back to
yep,
normal. I
and
thought she had changed. It's been a
no,
minute since I watched it. I thought like the demon disappeared
no.
or some shit.
And Sam realizes at that point that Lilith no longer has any power over him. She never did, apparently. But he grabs the knife and goes to stab her, but she exits Ruby's body in a cloud of black smoke at that point through the vent in the ceiling. And Sam looks down to see the bodies of Ruby and Dean and begins crying like a little bitch. I'll give you a game meter 1 on that one. He kneels down and holds Dean's head in his hand, crying inconsolably over his dead brother. The
Now we got a
camera
gay meter of 4.
in the final scene, we see the camera come up through Dean's eyes to show dark clouds, lightning, cable strung everywhere. And in the middle of it, we see Dean hanging from chains with meat hooks piercing through his shoulders and side. He is tethered by multiple black chains, and at the end of each chain is a large hook stuck in his body, spinning him up in the air. A very Hellraiser version of hell, I will say. But
I thought it was really good because it kind of looks like the way like a brain synapse
yeah,
looks. Like
exactly.
I thought that was great.
I thought it was a very Hellraiser version of hell with the meat hooks and everything.
I've never
But
seen Hellraiser.
Chansey would be disappointed in you.
How's he doing?
When I couldn't tell you. But
Uh,
but the episode ends with Dean bloodied as hell, looking around, panicking, and yelling for Sam to help him before the scene fades to black, and that's the way they end the season. Supernatural doesn't fuck around with cliffhangers; they really give you good ones. But
that was a good one. Hey, before we get into rating and shit, because like I know Sam was dating that Ruby, and then like let's just say in a later season there was a new Ruby that Sam ended up marrying. Do you think Lilith saying that she sent Ruby far, far away had lined up anywhere near their like breakup into the
uh,
new Ruby? That would
I
be
don't know.
hilarious.
I mean, I have a feeling she was just referencing hell, but uh,
Is there something in there about like that was this Ruby breaking up with Sam or some shit?
No,
That'd be
no,
funny.
no. But so apparently, the original version of the end scene that Kripke, Kim Manners, and Ivan Hayden wanted to do originally had a lot of people hanging around being ripped apart by meat hooks, but they felt like it'd be better to make it vaguer and let people's imaginations take over. And because people have different fears, and hell is a personal torment.
Okay.
And another fun fact: the police car that they cover up after Dean kills the demon posing as a cop is number 54, a reference to Car 54. Where are you?
I thought you were gonna say it was from the Andy Griffith show.
No.
It wasn't 80. Well, Andy Griffith was the 50s, but that was like that wasn't the capris they had in the early 90s.
And and at the one point where Dean says like to Sam like she probably wants you to become her little Antichrist superstar, which is a reference to the Marilyn Manson album of the same name. But
Okay.
and this oh, and this is the last episode to be shot in film HD before they transition to digital HD for the rest of the series.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. What the hell is film HD? Is that where they like record it on film and then transfer it to HD? Like how the hell
I
does that work?
Good question for the googling.
Yeah, that's a fucking weird one. Cause it
Uh,
was that shot on like 70 millimeter or what?
uh, versus
We
digital.
do have to keep track of like which one we think.
All right, here you go. Film HD is a high definition content captured using traditional celluloid film, which has a distinct texture, rich color palette, and a different highlight roll off. While digital HD uses electronic sensors and digital files to provide technical superiority in resolution, low light performance, and ease of storage and editing. So basically, it gets saved. It was the last season to get saved on an actual reel of film versus a computer.
So if they like really EVP proof that shit and build some sort of tomb pyramid type shit out of granite, the first 3 seasons of Supernatural will be safe, people.
Yep.
Fight for that.
Though
Hashtag save Supernatural.
they probably have all this shit on fucking hard drive saved somewhere. Who you kidding? But
Hard drives will be gone, and then the fucking people 30,000 years from now will have to build like Windows to be able to access our hard drives. Fuck that. Do the film, you can flash a flashlight through it and project it on the wall.
well, folks. Oh, rating. What
Rating.
do you? What do you? I have to give this episode a 4.9. It's one of the best episodes of the show, in my opinion.
I'm right up there. I loved Lilith fucking with the
It's our
family. Like that was
it's
awesome.
it's our first real big death in the show, and it's our first real like it's the first time that one of the brothers die.
Yeah, it was an awesome episode. Four point
It's it's
nine.
it's the first time one of the brothers die and it's not brought back in the same episode. I'll put it that way.
And that might never happen again. I will tell
Uh,
you that if we do an episode next week, I think my episode is going to be pretty dope.
oh,
Unless this was the end of the show.
no. Why would it be?
Oh, come on, dude! You're giving them the.
Everybody
Gotta
knows
leave the cliffhanger.
Everybody knows Supernatural didn't fucking end 3 seasons. Everybody knows that in this world, dude. Come the fuck on. All 68 people watching the show right now know that, for God's sake. But I will say, next week, Scott's episode has a very, very, very big moment in the show. So, yeah,
Oh
I'll leave it
yeah,
at that. But
shit's getting good.
which I didn't think actually was that episode, but I just realized it is when I looked at something. But we will see you next week, folks, to begin season 4. Woohoo! And
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
Rest in peace, Charlie. Your reels will live on, being watched by me every day for the rest of my life because they are hilarious. So have a good one, bud.
Master debaters out there, you guys have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.